Good morning. I have fished all night. It's been a very strange night out fishing. I've caught very little. I got a lot of hits when I first got here at sunset. Uh, I have gotten quite a few hits throughout the night. I've been snapped off 3 times. I've used a lot of bait, like a lot of bait. But I just don't seem to be getting them in. However, that being said, the morning bite is coming up. So I thought I'd go live if possible. Maybe I catch something, maybe I don't. But I intend on staying until I see the sunrise. Sunrise at 6:30. So there's that. And at this point, I might as well just stay until sunrise. There was a decent amount of fish activity over the last hour around me, and I've gotten a couple of bites. As a matter of fact, I need to check one of my poles to see whether or not they stole my bait. I'm pretty sure I lost a decent amount of bait tonight to crabs. I pulled it in once and had snails attached to my bait. That was interesting. I've been visited by a variety of wildlife: raccoons, white egrets, blue egrets, little gray egrets, seagulls. There were some seagulls in the trees over here. But maybe I'll get lucky and I'll see something cool. I did catch a sail cat early in the night, and I did get a couple other things. Nothing remarkable. This will actually be my third live stream for the night because I started off on YouTube and live streamed for about an hour, a little more than an hour. And that live stream has me catching that sail cat. And then I switched over and live streamed on TikTok for a good while. Didn't catch a thing. Kind of disappointing being the first time that I live streamed on TikTok and I didn't catch a thing. Got hits, caught that on tape. But didn't actually catch anything. I've been hearing trout hitting the top of the water for the last hour, hour and a half. This spot's a bit of an enigma for me. I don't catch as many fish, but the variety is larger. I keep getting snapped off. Like maybe I need to bring out one of my bigger poles because that's actually starting to get rather annoying. I mean, I've been snapped off 3 times tonight. That's something that normally doesn't happen. There are some big fish in here. I'm not really sure what exactly is coming in and snapping me off like that. But it is happening a lot more than it should be. One can hope, right? So we'll see. I got a variety of bait out there. I've had a variety of bait out there all night. I've gotten hits on absolutely everything. I guess I should go ahead and check the pole that got activity right as I was starting this. See if it still has any bait on it. Nope, whatever that was took the bait. tiny, tiny little piece sitting there. That's not useful. But I've got plenty of bait, so let's just get me another piece out there. I worked through all these, checked everything, rebaited. 3 out of 4 of them didn't have bait on them. That's where I think the crabs came up and ate them. But I do have a rising tide. Half a moon. Overall, not too bad. I mean, the temperature out here is pretty nice. The humidity is a little lower than normal for this time of year, so it's a little more comfortable. It won't stay that way. It'll be 95 or 96 today with a feel like temperature of somewhere around 105 to 107. By 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, it'll be too hot to be outside. But it should be pretty nice. Nice morning. Starting to see false dawn. Faint lighting off to the east. I've never been on this bay for a sunrise, so this will be interesting. I drove past this bay as the sun was rising, but I've never actually been here for a sunrise. But overall, it's been a really pleasant night, except for the fishing part. I haven't been skunked or anything, but overall, significantly less fish than I was expecting, especially with the variety of bait that I've had going. Live bait, cut bait, crab, One point I had some shrimp. Shrimp went pretty quick. Well, whoever's there, good morning. Here to catch a sunrise and maybe some fish. Ah, good morning, Robert. No, I'm not up early. I pulled an all-nighter. I've been out here fishing since about 8:30 last night. I got one sail cat in the bucket. I did that at like 9:30, somewhere around that. Hasn't actually been all that good a fishing trip, but it's been very, very pleasant out here. I'd put the temperature right now at about 75. With a light breeze coming out of the southeast, but it seems like it's wanting to change direction. I've been snapped off 3 times. Kind of big hits, one of which I wasn't even present for. I was at the back of my truck rigging up the one that had just gotten snapped off. Come back and look over, and I was like, oh, that line's slack. And no, that line was snapped. This spot's an enigma, man. It really is. I don't catch as many fish here. I lose a lot more rigs, and big fish keep coming in, breaking my stuff. Gonna have to bring in something bigger. Outfit me out a pole that maybe something built or designed for like grouper, actually designed for shark or something. Because I don't know what's snapping me off. Are jumping like a tarpon would, except they're not quite coming out of the water like a tarpon would, and not every one of them has done that. It could be tarpon. They're in the river right now, but it could also be very large snook. Right now, I've been hearing sea trout hitting the top of the water. Uh, yeah, man, there's no telling what it is. Sometimes you can tell. Like when I got uh snapped off the other night, there was a big splash that kind of reminded me of maybe a large snook. But one of them tonight, I don't know what it was. Same white pole too. It doubled over. I was reeling in something, felt like a small catfish. And all of a sudden, my pole doubled over, and that time the drag did what it was supposed to do. And whatever it was outran the drag, and it snapped that line. I'm not really sure what to think about it. But nothing I have here has particularly heavy duty line. The two poles have 15-pound tests. One has 18-pound, and one has 20. The one that has 20 on it because the drag on it doesn't work. So, for the most part, things that I'm going to catch, I can just kind of manhandle. But that's one of the ones that got snapped off tonight. I did my first live stream on TikTok tonight. Didn't catch a single fish the whole time. That's when that one pole got snapped off while I was at the back of the truck, rigging up the other pole that got snapped off. Things are a bit different over there. I got over 2,500 views over there in the 2 hours or so that I live streamed. That was interesting. You know, most people don't seem to stay very long. That seems to be a thing with TikTok. Even when I ended up getting off, I still had like 7 people just hanging out, but I had to get off to charge the phone. I was below 15%, and it was about to crash on me. I charged the phone up. I got it up around 60%, which should be fine for this. I charged my microphone. I have no idea what it's at because it doesn't have a way to tell you. The only thing it tells you is when it's fully charged or when it's on. Yeah, you know, I've got more subscribers over on TikTok than I do here, and I just started doing it as a, yeah, whatever type thing, just to see what would happen. I'm, as of yesterday, First Step monetized over there where I can get live gifts during a live stream. I haven't gotten any, but it's interesting. I've made it's still How to Garden. It's How to Garden channel, but it's still gardening and fishing. Really surprised last night when I was live streaming on YouTube that there was just nobody there. I don't know if I was having some type of technical difficulty. I tried to go on John Euler's live with his panel, and it let me on, and then I got dropped, and it's just my signal wasn't working right, and I have no idea why. I'm able to live stream here, but I wasn't able to join his live stream, so that's kind of weird. And StreamYard kept dropping me. Oh, fish action right in front of me. Been kind of odd though, the way the fishing has been here tonight. I don't know how many more times I'll be hitting this spot. I really wanted to give it a good chance. I've caught some interesting stuff here. Yeah, I hope I get. Well, I've got a sail cat from earlier. I hope I get something this morning, though. You know, the other two spots I hit on a regular basis, there's not a lot of variety. It's just catfish after catfish after catfish most of the time, except for occasionally you pull something else up. Like I got that spinner shark, and I got a redfish. This spot should be better because it's in this bay, but I'm about as in the center of the bay as possible, and I really should be on one of the sides, particularly the south side. But I don't want to go down there. I've fished that spot, and it used to be a really great spot because there's a park down there, a little public park. You got to hike down a good 60, 70 yards to get to the fishing area. Last several times that I've gone down there, there's been several homeless people that just basically take over the pavilions. It's like their shelter. And if you're not watching, they'll go digging through your stuff. I've never had a problem with that ever until over there. I've always been able to just kind of walk away from my fishing stuff and walk back up to the truck and come back and not have anything touched. That's not the case. You walk away, they dump your stuff out and go through it, and that's not cool. And it's a fairly decent fishing spot. You can fish underneath the little bridge. There's a little dock there you can fish off of. It has access to the navigational channel. The water's deeper. Yeah, that's called stealing. I've never had a problem with that when it comes to being out on the river or anything anywhere ever except for there. And it happened both times I went there. Different guys too. The second time I didn't go very far because the first time where the guy dumped out everything and he didn't take much. I mean, he did take a couple really stupid things. So like the second time, uh, was there. I could see the homeless guy that was hanging out. It was a different guy. I just walked to the other side of the pylons that were there so that I can try to find a place I can go to the bathroom. There is a bathhouse down there, but I didn't want to walk that far, so I basically ducked around the pylon in the bush. And as soon as I was out of sight, as far as that guy was concerned, he was heading over to my stuff. He picked it up and I stepped back out and I was like, "What do you think you're doing?" He took off, jumped on a bike. He didn't take any stuff that time, but still, that's not acceptable. There's starting to be some serious problems here in Melbourne, and it's worse in the bigger cities. When I was in Orlando, The amount of homeless people I saw in Orlando on a night trip over there so that I could take somebody to go get on a Greyhound, and how aggressive they were with trying to panhandle. I mean, we're talking like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and these people are knocking on the window of your car. And Orlando was never like that. Orlando's grown a lot in the last 20 years. And so is Kissimmee. Kissimmee is not the little cow town it used to be. But that's coming this way. There's absolutely no doubt about that. The expansion here has been very, very fast. And it's mostly people from out of state, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But they're mostly from the Northeast. And they bring a different culture. One we're used to here in Florida, but especially in these coastal communities because we got the snowbirds. But during COVID, they didn't go home. They came here and stayed here. And there's a lot of them moving here right now. Almost every house that I'm around that's being built is being occupied by somebody from the Northeast. A lot of New Jersey, a lot of New York, a lot of Connecticut, some Massachusetts, and some Ohio, which normally isn't included in with them when they're moving here. I don't know what's going on in Ohio, but there's been a lot more people from Ohio moving here than normal. And we usually get a decent amount of people from the greater Chicago area. And that's been pretty much the case too. I've met quite a few people over the last year that basically they always tell me the same thing: they escaped. Well, we have a rather nice African American gentleman that is from Southside Chicago that moved in a couple blocks from me. He walks his dog every night. Got a lovely pit bull, real nice pit bull. I think he said dog's name is Dottie. All right. Tell me they did it on this pole again. Man, I've gotten so many hits on this pole tonight. Just for them to steal my bait. Stole my bait. All right, more bait. Got to put on more bait. Yeah, first time I met that gentleman, I was talking to him. He's like, "Yep, I finally escaped Chicago." And I found that a interesting statement. It's the first time I've heard somebody say how they escaped where they lived. This particular poll has gotten more action than all the others combined tonight. Keep having to rebait it because I keep stealing it. This is the shortest casting of them. Heavy pole. The reel on it's from the 70s. The pole is from the 80s. Don't cast very far. It would if I put lighter line on it, but I want the heavier line since the drag on it don't really work right. I need to get me a couple new reels. Yeah, well, something got the bait on this one too, and I never even saw it move. All right, well, I guess I need to work my poles. Yeah, same thing. No bait. It's like the third time tonight that's happened where I find myself with no bait, but didn't see any notable hits. Yeah. Oh yeah, starting to get some nice color in the sky. Oh, still got bait. I'm gonna have to get some oil on the reel on this one. I'm feeling a little stiff. Kept my bait alive all night for my live bait anyway. All right, reloaded. Yeah, those are some pretty colors. I've had a lot of bait death tonight. A lot of bait theft. I didn't have everybody in frame. There we go. All right. Hopefully something comes along. Definitely seeing activity in the water. Right in front of me, too. In the really, really shallow. Probably mullet. Or something looking for mullet. I guess I'll go ahead and turn toward sunrise. Nice colors. If I get a hit, I'll turn toward the pole that I'm getting a hit on. I'll stay until just a little bit after sunrise, and then I'm going to go home. I've got a guest. Yeah, there's some nice colors out there. Wondering where the sun's gonna pop up. One of the spots I fish on a regular basis, there's an island right out in front, and I have the sun's position at that spot down to the point where I can show up and track the sun coming up over the island. I did it last year in June. I think it was last year. May have been the year before. It's one of the nights where I just couldn't sleep, so I went and watched the sunrise come up over the lagoon. It was super windy that morning, so I didn't do any fishing. The bird seems to be pretty determined to be right there. He seems to be a little confused about my bucket in the water. Oh, there we go. I scared my birdie away. Oh, what do we got? Oh, look at that. That is a whiting. These are good eating. Oh, he hooked himself really good. There we go. All right. That's a nice fish. He did a little bit of running on me there and tangled me up into my other pole. That was on live bait. Way out there, too. Oh, man, that sucked. And I saw my bait go skipping. All right, well, I guess I'm baiting up 2 poles. That's a nice fish to catch. Let that drain out. I gotta head over to the truck real quick. Getting light enough. I need to turn off some lanterns. All right. Yay, I caught something. And I caught something that's pretty good too. Something I can definitely be happy about. I'll tell you, these little mullet are slippery today. All right. Early morning bite. Hope I turned the camera good for that. Yeah, it looks like it was framed decent. Yeah, that's a nice whiting. That's a good fish. Turn back this way. And I got everything framed up. Nice colors this morning. A bit of a pollution haze going low. Very low. But otherwise, it's pretty nice. Here, let me pan over. See the rest of it. What's going on here? Got a couple sailboats over there. Shoreline there. Nice view. So this spot is like an enigma. I've been catching a very wide variety, but not as often. Catching whiting in the river this far away from the inlet is abnormal. And it's the second time I've done it. Although this is further away from last time. There goes the morning train. My house is nearly 16 miles from the track, and I hear this train come through almost every morning. There's another one that goes through around 1:30, and another one around 3:30. Well, I scared my birdie away, but that's okay. I caught a fish. So I've got two with live, very small finger mullet, and two with cut bait out. I had crab out at one point. Got more crab, but I don't really feel like cutting another one in half. I think I'll save those for a different day. Throw them back in the freezer. Got a school of mullet passing by. No, I guess I should put my bait back in the water before they die. Kept them alive all night. Be ashamed to lose them now. I thought for sure the way that whiting was running that I had gotten a trout. Good morning, Raglander. Been hearing the trout hitting out here for a couple hours now. So when that guy was running, I thought for sure I had a trout. Sunrise will be over in that direction. Somewhere. I don't know where yet. I've never been at this spot for a sunrise before. This will be a first. And there's a lot of activity right here, right in front of me, in really shallow water. Should have sunrise soon. Really pretty out. I just caught a fish just a couple of minutes ago. Nice whiting. Those make a good meal. Hopefully something else soon. That morning time, fish are getting active. The bird is back. He's over there behind that high grass. Wow, look at that weight. I'm going to take one of these poles and flip it in the shallow right here. You still cooking, little guy? Yeah, mostly. Since there's so much activity right there. Well, I'm basically covering my bases then. I've got one mid-water, one way out there with live bait. Not as close, but still fairly close with cut bait, and one way out there with cut bait. Wow, that's pretty. Wow, that's pretty. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Wow. This is such a pretty little bay. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it let go. That was something different. I literally saw it cruising by. Relatively shallow. Whatever it did, picked it up, but it hadn't hooked it. I want to go a little bit further out than that. That'll work. About where I keep seeing things cruising. I'm telling you, this place is an enigma. You know, I've had quite a few fish on tonight that just spit it out. There's another something cruising by. I think I'm going to bring this one in, put some crab on it with all this activity. Some of those might be redfish cruising through. Not that this ain't a big mullet head. What you doing, dude? I don't know what that is. It's just cruising by like that because it's just kind of cruising back and forth. That's what picked up my bait that a minute ago. A bit more crab than I want. Not bad. All right. Give that a try. The way that guy's kind of cruising back and forth reminds me of a redfish. Of course, now that I did that, he's not cruising back and forth. There's definitely fish activity right in front of me, so that's a good thing. And I see that same fish cruising back this way. That is so weird. He's out a little bit deeper this time. What a beautiful morning. The birds have gotten very active. I think maybe, just maybe, the sun is going to come up right in that middle pole right there. So I'm going to pan around. That's my view. I want to go check out that old pier over there. Find out if it's posted for fishing or not. A couple boats tied to it, but it does not look to be in very good condition. There used to be a pier right here. Some of the poles are still there. Oh, there we go. Come on now. Man, I hate it when they tease me. Let's see if it took my bait. There's been a lot of that today or tonight. Oh, bait's still there. Oh, I just saw a redfish. Tail just came up. Yes, I can throw a lot further than that, but I've been getting a lot of action right here, so. Mullet have come out to play. There we go. Shallow, 1 deep. And that's a lot of fish right in front of me. And that definitely was not mullet that just came finned out there. Wow, that's a lot of fish. Amount of mullet gathering out there. You know what? I'm gonna switch. Add just a little bit more onto this piece with the added weight. Man, I haven't seen this much fish activity in a long time. I'm gonna have to make a point of dragging my kids out of bed and getting them out here so they can watch this. Some pretty colors going on over there. I think I can start to, just starting to see where I believe the sun's going to come up. I think that bird wants to steal my bait. Well, there's the sun coming up. That's nice. Wow, that's pretty. Well, there's the sun just starting to peek through. That's quite a view right there. Now that was a fantastic sunrise. This bay used to be a navigational marker 100 years ago when the fruit barges went through. Morning. Sure. Fantastic sunrise. I got the whole thing on video. I've been here since 8:30 last night, so I won't be here much longer.
You don't do any crabbing or anything?
Not right now.
Like while you're here, you have a crab.
Well, I really didn't want to go far enough out to deploy my crab traps. Yeah, well, whatever that was. Almost just a very light breeze all night. The fishing was horrible throughout the whole night, though. I kept getting hooked up to stuff, but they just kept snapping my line. There are. No, but they sure are fun to catch. I caught a shark right here about 4 days ago. 5 days ago now. Well, that's my last mullet. All the other live bait I have in there is little pergies, which work, but they're not as good as mullet. Oh, I've slept in the truck in places like this before. Catch a couple hours, during that dead time in the night. Yeah, I'm not far from heading home.
You put in a full day's work.
Well, I did 3 live streams, so 2 on YouTube and 1 on TikTok.
Pretty impressive. You got a good following?
It's okay. It's getting there. Yeah, something nice just hit. I'm a master gardener. My channel's about gardening, but I got a small fishing addiction. So I'll live stream fishing. Can't really live stream gardening.
No, but you can kind of put together like before, after, the whole,
Yeah.
so it can be done. Get the right kind of following.
It's building. Taking time. Good. Oh, there is a few more mullet in there. You too. Hope those come out good. Yeah. Well, folks, that about wraps it up. One last look around at my view. Thanks for coming in. Have a good one.